This Smittybilt Gen 2 XRC 9,500 pound winch is for those of you that have a 1987 and up Wrangler and are looking for a good workhorse winch that's going to be less expensive than some of the other options out there while still being a waterproof winch. And that's what really sets it apart from a lot of the other winches in this price range. 9,500 pounds, steel cable, kind of a basic winch when you look at it from that standpoint, but this is going to be a waterproof winch where a lot of the other ones are not going to be that. Now, Smittybilt also offers their X20 line, which is going to be an integrated solenoid, creating a bit of a stronger winch. However, that's also going to be more expensive, and they'll also offer that X20 with a synthetic rope if you wanted to go that route. So this is going to be a little bit less expensive than some of those other options, but again, waterproof, which is really what sets it apart from the other winches in this category. As far as construction goes, this is going to be fairly standard for a 9,500 pound winch, except for, of course, the fact that this is IP67 rated, so this is going to be a waterproof winch. You have your solenoid pack right over here, which can be mounted in a variety of different ways, either horizontal or vertical up on top of the winch itself, or some people do choose to remote mount those solenoid packs. You would, of course, have to extend your wiring if you chose to go that route. The winch body itself has a 6.6 horsepower series wound motor. It has a 3-stage planetary gearbox. Again, these are fairly standard features as far as a 9,500 pound winch goes. Now let's talk about that 9,500 pounds for a minute. The rule of thumb for choosing a winch is that you want it to be able to pull 1.5 times the loaded trail weight of your vehicle. So if you have a light 2-door, 9,500 pounds is going to be more than enough. If you have a heavy armored up 4-door, maybe you want to go with one of the heavier duty winches, something around 12,500 pounds. But it also matters what type of wheeling you're doing. If you're going out there and you're burying your Jeep up to the axles in thick, heavy mud, of course, going with something that has a little bit more pulling power is going to be a good option. Now, in general, there are winches out there that are going to be more expensive than this one with some additional features. As I said before, this is going to be sort of your basic entry-level winch. It's going to be at that price range where it should be, but you're still going to get something that's waterproof, which does set it apart from some of the competition. As far as the install goes, definitely a 1 out of 3 wrenches, as is the case with most winches. This is only going to take you right around an hour to get installed, and the only other pieces that you're going to need to get it bolted up is some sort of winch plate or a winch-ready bumper. Winch plates and winch-ready bumpers will be already pre-drilled for what is essentially a standard footprint of all winches. So all you're going to have to do is set the winch in place, use the included hardware to get it bolted down to that winch plate or that winch-ready bumper. You can go ahead and mount your solenoid either before or after you get the winch mounted on the bumper, and then you'll have some connections that you have to make from the solenoid box to the winch body itself and from the solenoid box up to the battery. So most people will choose to run those longer lines up to the battery either through or underneath the grille along the inside of the fender and make your connection on the positive and the negative terminals of the battery. After that, a couple of finishing touches to do. You'll have your roller fairlead that also comes with this kit to install onto your bumper, and of course install your hook onto the end of your cable. So like I've been saying, what sets this winch apart from some of the others in the same price range is the fact that this is waterproof. So this is going to be a 9,500 pound waterproof winch for $300. Now, Rugged Ridge has a $300 winch that is also waterproof, but theirs is only an 8,500 pound pulling capacity. And Barricade has a 9,500 pound pulling capacity winch for $300, but theirs is not waterproof. So as you can see, there's going to be a trade-off one direction or the other. This has that slightly higher pulling capacity, and it has the fact that it's waterproof. So as far as $300 winches goes, I think you're getting a pretty good deal here. So if you're looking for a basic waterproof winch, I would definitely recommend looking further into this one from Smittybilt that you can find right here at extremeterrain.com.